Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's your brother Bolo V&R 2.0.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose it again. It's amazing, waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey.
Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
A sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Everybody in the world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign. A sign.
There's no mercy in this world, just hunger, thirst.
Hit the like button if you're watching the replay, you heard? I just gotta get this out. Shout out to all the new subs, man. Appreciate.
Treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues. I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you. Just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Everybody in the world blind. Lord, give me a sign. Hey.
That's it, the end of the
song.
Next time you'll sing along.
Hey.
Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on.
Hey.
Society's a myth.
Yeah.
To make you sit.
Yeah.
Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lip.
Hey. Don't ask questions, shut your lip.
I need to run away from this and go get off the grid.
Damn.
My brain is overloaded, man. I'm losing it.
Losing it.
Don't let them tell you what to do, man. They don't know shit.
Damn. I feel like I'm losing my mind. It's everybody in the world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign. A sign. Cut the music. Lord have mercy, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Oh, your brother is back, ladies and gentlemen. Prayer goes out to all the people in Houston and other places that are going through it right now. Post Hurricane Beryl, everybody that's going through it post Hurricane Beryl, man. Prayers goes out to each and every one of y'all and y'all families. Other people's circumstances are, worse than others, and we got to keep all of them in our prayers. Now, if you're new to this channel, my name is Bolo, right? This is Bolo V&R. This is a backup channel, right? Bolo V&R 2.0. This is where I'm going to be for the next 86 days until October 7th. And the mission is to get monetized. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at 360 subs. We need to get 1,000. So if you have not yet subbed up, hey, join the family, join the community, join the movement, and join the mission to get monetized at before or on the day of October 7th, 2024. Yes, Lord. And I want to talk to my people, man. I gotta really talk to y'all. This is a conversation, and I really need y'all interactions in the chat in terms of what I'm about to put forth to you guys. You see the thumbnail. Your worst enemy is you. Whatever situation that we're in, whether collectively or individually, you're the problem. You. And I can say that and look in the mirror and point at myself. You are the problem. Right? You see the title and what the title states. Enemies of collective progress, if identified. How do we move forward? My thoughts. Right? If you identify that you are an enemy of collective progress, what is your next move? Because now you have identified that you're a part of the problem and not the solution. I mean, that could be your actions, that could be your utterances, what you say out your mouth, and that could be your lack of action. Just not doing anything, going along to get along, zipping your mouth, shutting up, not calling out things that are immoral, things that are just wrong ethically, right? That might be you not telling the truth, where you see it's clearly the truth, but then you entertain this idea that it's their truth or his or her truth when it should be just the truth, right? All of these ideas, all of these things that, on every level, religiously, the government systematically, all of that. So, I could really speak on personally what is happening here in Jamaica, which I will, because that's what sparked this conversation. I was in a barbershop the other day, and we were talking about the current leadership here in Jamaica, and never once was I told that I was lying about what the government is doing. What people tend to want to do is make excuses. Oh, the other government is the same thing and it's no different, and all of them are thieves. So if you have come to the conclusion that all of the government officials are thieves, then why have you entertained the government? Why have you entertained them to the point where it's like, all right, there's a third party now. When you mention the third party, if you say both governments is the same thing, they both robbing up the taxpayers' dollars. This is what people say, right? They both criminals, all of this. They both lining their pockets, illicit enrichment, all of this. Why wouldn't you want to then put your support behind the third party, the UIC? Why would you not go and do your research about what they got going on or what they're trying to put together in terms of if they were to become the leadership here in Jamaica? Why wouldn't you want to do that? It just makes no sense to me when people make those arguments. It's a cop-out on the way of, yeah, the both of them are the same thing, so I'm just going to continue to vote for the thieves on this side. Why? And here comes the kicker. Because it personally benefits me. And that's why we have this topic right here. Your worst enemy is you. So you, and y'all know who y'all are. There's a lot of Jamaicans that do this. And there's a lot of people in the world that do this, not just Jamaicans. Because I was listening to KB the other day, and I'm not trying to, I did a skit, I did a funny reaction to the comment section. But essentially, Antoine Stevenson that came up, he pretty much said he supported this bill or this policy from this politician because, hey, it benefited me. But when you look at the policy that he's talking about, he's the middle class. How many people in the middle class? The more people are poor. So it doesn't benefit the collective. So you want to continue to support this man that because he only benefits you. What do you think is going to happen when the people around you are all poor and you're rich? We're going to have another Haiti. Because you're suffering a set of people and the wealth is not being distributed as evenly as possible. Opportunities is not going to everybody. Right? And then when you look at the current situation in sports, with LeBron, as a black man, his son drafted at all out of the best players in the world in the draft, given all of the statistics, it's like we already know what it is. And so a lot of people want to champion that because they're a fan of this man. And it's the same thing with politics. It's all about who we like. Oh, he did it, so shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's all good, right? Until it happens to your daughter or your son. Until your daughter or your son is the one that was not given an opportunity that they earned because that person, son, has been given it and not earned it. And when you speak, people say you hate, but all you're doing is speaking facts. So we wait until stuff happens to us before we're like, oh my God, this is wrong. What are the things that you are currently promoting and supporting? And if the tables were turned, would you be okay with that? You know, you got the handle right now, but if the blade was turned on you, it would be wrong, huh? I want to play this audio real quick, but before I do, remember, like and share the video, support the channel, and also the anonymous link is pinned. I got a poll going. I would love to hear y'all thoughts on the poll in terms of that. And shout out to all my all the supporters out there. Like I said, if you're not yet a supporter or a part of this community, feel free to hit that subscribe button, click the bell, and click all so you can get all notifications when we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Let me play this audio real quick. Yeah, let me play it. Miss Collins, how you doing? Hey, I hope everything is okay with you, Miss Collins. Salute to you, sweetheart.
What up, baby?
Check this out. Check this out.
If you really knew the things that I hate and the people that I hate is the people that black people love the most. Can I say it?
Say it.
I don't like preachers and politicians. There's a few preachers that I like and I think they're cool. But think about this. We got the form of Christianity that we have in America right now from the people that hated us the most. They didn't want you on earth. Why would they give you the key to heaven? They didn't want your black ass right here. Why would they take you wherever they at? That's a fucking lie. And have white people ever acted like Jesus? They never were acted like Jesus. Where was all that shit when we were slaves? Where all that shit when they beating your motherfucking ass? Shit, I think it's just as bad if you a cop or you a preacher as it is being a fucking gang member. They tell black people you're going to hell forever, ever. There ain't no fucking hell. Like, God know exactly the situations that we're in. We have lessons to learn, but even the fact that we think there's a devil. If you think God is omnipotent, duality is a fucking lie. If God created the devil, why would you even speak of the devil even if the devil fucking existed? See, the reason why they give you the devil is because you'll never admit that you the fucking devil. So if you blame it on an outside entity, something outside of yourself, then you will never fix you. When I fixed me, my life changed. It wasn't no fucking devil. It ain't these crackers. It ain't none of that shit. It's me. I'm the problem.
I think Bolo is live, but if anybody has Bolo's Cash App, can you drop it in the chat? Because I pay my taxes, bitch. Let's go. Let's go.
Stated_average 56 tipped $40. Dropping off and got to roll, brother. Have a great stream.
God! Stated average in the building with the hundo and the donation. Turn me up! Hey, salute. Stated average, what's going on, man? Salute. I didn't even realize my microphone was off. Hold up, so y'all couldn't hear what I was saying earlier. So I was saying that it's a good thing he sent the donation because I didn't even realize that my microphone was off. Let me see something real quick here. 1 second.
They tell black people you're going to hell forever, ever, ever. Reality is a fucking lie. Never admit that you the problem.
Oh yeah, I was muted. Yep, I was muted. I was muted. Oh goodness. Thank you, Stated Average. Salute, man. I would have been talking about my ASS the whole time. And I would have been talking about my ASS the whole time, man. Goodness gracious. So I know he spoke about this on a religious level, but I want you to really own in, because I could really have the religious conversation in terms of how he framed it and all of that, and some of the stuff that he brought up is things that I really, really questioned myself for many, many years, and I still have those questions. If you ask me, I think that God, the creator of the universe, has been misrepresented by man, and I think it's been done on purpose. I think it's been done to limit us, so we will not truly, maximize what we're doing here on earth in the present time right now. I think we have the capability to make here heaven or hell. All right, that this is all we actually know that we know. Everything else is unknown. Like when you transition and when you pass, what comes after that, if anything, we don't know. We just came across these texts, and there's stories in it, and we take them on. But how is these texts really benefited us as a collective? Again, you're your worst enemy. That's you, person in the mirror, and your actions, whether politically, religiously, or just you being a human being, right? Sometimes those things are enemies of collective progress. What do I mean? Race, right? If you're going to speak on a spiritual level, all right, if you're going to talk about a spiritual level, it could be applied as well. If you're going to talk about just progressing monetarily and having us as a collective being more successful as a people, eliminating poverty, eliminating illiteracy, your worst enemy is you. What kind of music do you promote? And I'm speaking to myself. I'm not just speaking to you and trying to put you down, or who's listening to me right now. I'm speaking to myself, right? How much damage have you done, right, to yourself and the collective group based off your actions? And you know what's the beautiful thing about asking these questions? Because now you're going to self-evaluate and then come to your own conclusion and be like, damn, all right, so this is what I've been doing, and I think this is what I need to do. Look at how many lies have been told to us on so many levels. The food they promote to us, all of that. And when you look at the reality of the food that they're telling us to consume, obesity is at an all-time high. People have sugars. I said sugars. Lord have mercy. Diabetes, Parkinson's disease, all types of things going on with us as a people, health-wise, that does not benefit the collective. There's foods that are banned in Europe, in the eastern part of the world, that are given to us here in drones, as if those people don't have a good reason why they banned it from their own communities. And what do? We accept these things. We don't question it, right? Because this person, we believe in that person. We don't want nobody to talk bad about Joe Biden, or talk or critique Joe Biden, or critique Trump, or tell you how they feel about Trump. or how they feel about by whatever the case might be. It could be an artist, it could be an athlete like LeBron, the LeBron fans. Like, you can't be honest in this era. And if you guys are actively promoting not being honest to each other and to yourselves, you're an enemy. You're the worst enemy is you, and you're an enemy of collective progress. If we can't come at the table and be honest with each other, then there's no way we can truly move forward in a truly progressive way. And when I say progressive, I don't mean that in a political sense. I'm just meaning the sense of the true sense of the word progressive. What would be actions that you would make that would make us move in the right direction collectively? If you're actively doing anything to promote anything outside of the nuclear family, you're an enemy of progress. If you're promoting single dads and single moms, you're an enemy of progress. How you doing, Miss Chicago? There are so many layers. Oh, I did not know that. Damn. What? Well, that should make sense because they are the largest population, Miss Collins. Yeah, that should make, they got a lot of goddamn people over there. And they be engaging in some foods, boy. They like a lot of rice. So, yeah. But what I'm saying is there's certain foods that in the East, I'm not even just talking about China, I'm talking about Europe. There are certain food groups that having certain ingredients in there that they will not allow on their shelves. It is banned. But for whatever reason, in the Western world, we got all of this on the shelf. Like, there's no red tape on those things. You got to really think about that. Like, what the hell going on? I can see that. I can see China having a lot of diabetes over there. They like rice. They like a lot of starchy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I could definitely see that. You know what I mean? Definitely. But as I was saying before, if you are not actively promoting the nuclear family, I mean, just it's simple to me. And I have another video to play. It's simple to me, or audio for you to hear. It's very, very simple to me. Again, whatever seeds you plant, you're going to reap the fruits. So we've been planting seeds in terms of the nuclear family where women are out here actively saying, I'm not saying all women, but too many women in the position where they have power and influence and on the media side of things, where they're coming out and saying, we don't need you, man. All right? And saying stuff like, what do you bring to the table? Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the rice is a big factor, Miss Collins, but there's other things that break down into glucose that we consume in all over the world. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of allegedly more illnesses that are even more devastating than diabetes, in some cases, the preservatives, food coloring, a lot of those things, allegedly might, affect the overall health of the collective. You know what I'm saying? But let me share my screen real quick and play this audio, and then we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna share my screen just like that. Where we at? Where's Instagram? Listen to this.
Have you ever encountered someone who staunchly defends a politician, leader, or public figure, regardless of the controversial statements they make?
Let's stop right there. So how many people you know just blatantly go outright defend not just politicians, but people that they like? Everything they say, no matter how crazy it is, how crazy it sounds, and they try to spin it. And it's this, and not just what they say, but their actions, right? Too often. Listen.
I'm sure we've all seen those devotees who passionately praise their chosen idol despite obvious flaws in logic and judgment. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been baffled by why an otherwise intelligent friend blindly follows a pundit who routinely argues against common interest? Or why someone excuses a wealthy businessman's callous policies by pointing to their financial success as proof of profound wisdom? If you've had frustrating experiences with seemingly intelligent yet stubborn devotees of irrational leaders or policies, then you'll likely relate to Carlo Cipola's famous writings on human behavior. Cipolla was an economic historian and professor who formally studied and classified various types of foolish thinking, teaching at the University of California, Berkeley. In the 1970s, Cipolla became fascinated by patterns of stupidity and unintelligent decision-making across societies throughout history. While we often think of stupidity as simply a lack of knowledge or intelligence, Cipolla argued it has fundamental laws and predictable root causes independent of other traits. His satirical yet insightful treatise proposes that human stupidity follows distinct mathematical patterns, governing choices that go against common sense and self-interest. As the
Choices that go against common sense. Damn.
basis for his theory, Cipolla categorized people into 4 behavioral groups. The intelligent, those who benefit both themselves and others.
Intelligent people benefit both themselves and others. Let's start right there. The actions that you're taking, again, I ask, does it benefit the collective group? You supporting this and supporting that because of a selfish reason, it means you're not intelligent, because you don't live in this world by yourself. I've always had the mentality that I want to see everybody around me win, right? Because that's going to make where I live a utopia. If everybody around me is suffering and I'm having all these diamonds and I'm dripping and all of this, what do you think is going to happen, bro? What do you think is going to happen? Somebody's going to try and hit me upside my head because they hungry, right? So you got to think about that. Stop being selfish. You should care about what goes on in the ghetto. You should care about those people that were affected by Hurricane Beryl, that don't have an income coming in right now. They might choose to do something that is maybe illegal, and you might be the victim of that. So when you see the government drag their foot and not attend to those people, you should probably say something. You should probably advocate that the government do something immediately, because it could be a ripple effect. You understand what I'm saying? Just as a quick example of what is happening right now here in Jamaica and other places around the world where people have been affected by Beryl. The powers that be should act immediately to give these people relief. Immediately. It's so unfortunate that when these decisions are made by people in positions of power, too often the persons that are a part of the collective, they are the one that feels it the most in terms of in real time being affected by those decisions negatively. I'm just saying, if you see a leader and his decisions or her decisions that she is making or he's making, and it does not benefit the collective, even if you're well off, I'm telling you, you should be concerned and you should vocalize that concern and advocate for those people because it's in your best interest. It's intelligent. Let's continue.
The bandits, those who benefit only themselves by harming others.
The bandits, those who benefit themselves by harming others. 4 behavioral groups. All right. Which one are you in? Let's continue.
The unfortunate, those who cause harm while trying to help others.
Unfortunate, those who cause harm while trying to help others. All right. Good intentions, but the actions, was devastating. That was not the right approach.
The stupid, those who harm both themselves and others.
The stupid, those who harm both themselves and others. Now, this is a very unique group. Man, oh man, this group right here is super unique, ladies and gentlemen. Because not only are you harming the collective, but you harming yourself at the same time. We have Miss Genesis 1 in the building. Just got time to look at the chat. How you doing, Miss Genesis? Salute. Let's continue.
Cipolla argued it's this last group of stupid people, driven by an innate tendency towards nonsensical decisions that damage even their own interests, that baffles intelligent observers.
Now, a lot of the Jamaican people here in Jamaica are in this. Unfortunately. I heard members of Jamaican communities say that they will die for hunger to support. They will die for hunger, basically. They don't mind dying for hunger. They'll keep supporting the current leadership, even if they're dying for hunger. They're not voting for nobody else, even if they're dying for hunger. I want to let that sink in. This was on national television, and these were, unfortunately, women, grown enough women in their 30s to 40s, saying this. Look like they was in their 30s or 40s, saying that they would rather die for hunger under this current administration than see the other administration coming and they prosper and eat well and live a good life. I'm letting it be known, bro. I ain't a part of this group. I am not going to sit by and die for hunger and watch the government and not say anything. Oh, I will not. And that's the other thing. Freedom of speech is under attack in a very serious way, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Yeah, damaging your own interests, right, Miss Genesis? I've never heard no shit like this, man. When I saw that clip, and that was months ago, I said, oh my God, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. We are in serious trouble. Again, the title, Enemies of Collective Progress. If identified, how do you move forward? My thoughts. With people like this, I don't want to be anywhere near where they are. That's one. Two, I don't think there's any hope for them. I think they are too far gone. I think the only way to deal with that situation is to focus on the people that have not yet reached that level of stupidity and educate them properly to make sure that the way they think is the intelligent one. Those who benefit themselves and others with the moves that they make. All right? That's where I'm at with it. Lord have mercy.
And the root causes driving such stupidity come from characteristic flaws like arrogance, self-delusion, persistent ignorance, absent-mindedness, and more.
Yo, I should have paused right there. Damn, that's a lot.
Cipolla's first law of stupidity is, always and inevitably, everyone underestimates the number of stupid individuals in circulation.
Yo, always and inevitably, Everyone underestimates the number of stupid individuals in circulation. Now, that is interesting. Now, side note, your light is looking great. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Genesis. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, my lighting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, I think that's true. And this goes for the people that don't want to vote because they have no confidence in either party. There's a third party. Go look them up. If you're that adamant about not voting for either party, look at the third option. Okay? And for the people in America, if you're adamant about not voting for two devils like they put it, there's an independent candidate called R.F. Kennedy. Go check him out and see what he's about. I'm just saying, stop making excuses. This election that is coming up on any level around the world is the most important election cycle in our lives. I was that person. I was that person that said, man, I ain't voting. Both of them is the same thing. Da 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 da. I was that person. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I was that arrogant person. I was that stupid person. I understand now through wisdom and gaining understanding and knowledge over time that these people hold a certain level of power in how our lives actually go in a day-to-day basis, monthly basis, year to year. The direction could either project your potential or digress your potential. So, with that said, it is imperative that you educate yourself politically and otherwise to make a sound decision on who it is that you actually want to vote for, and doesn't make sense for not just yourself, but the collective. You understand? All right. She said facts. Stop making excuses. Let's continue.
Here, Cipolla means that people assume at any given time that individuals thinking or acting stupidly must be a small fringe group among the general population.
Yeah, that is not the case, ladies and gentlemen. There's probably a lot more stupid people floating around, than there are those that are intelligent, which is very unfortunate. But if you really look at what's been going on and the directions in globally where things are going, it seems to be a lot of stupid people running stuff, boy. Or at least fueling the people that are actually running it, putting them in the positions of power. So, the few intelligent people that are out there, again, you need to use your influence and just have these conversations and just speak the truth. I mean, you're going to lose some people, but sometimes you need to lose them so they can go in their little corner and find themselves.
We figure societies couldn't function otherwise if a large number of people didn't behave rationally most of the time. Yet, as Cipolla points out, this assumption underestimates just how many stupid people exist, and how ready large segments of the population are to think and do stupid things. Like in Germany in the 1930s.
Sassy 81. How you doing, Sassy? How you doing? How you doing? So good to see you. Salute.
When millions of ordinary citizens supported the extremely aggressive and unjustified actions of the Nazi Party, enabling enormous atrocities that brought no benefit to average German families. The world was horrified to realize how regular teachers, doctors, musicians could enable such unrestrained racism and cruelty when caught up in nationalist frenzy, instead of recognizing it as a moment of profound stupidity. Cipolla's second law of stupidity states, the probability that a certain person is stupid is independent of any other characteristic of that person. Here Cipolla means that even wealthy, educated, skilled people can also be stupid.
Bingo! Even wealthy people can be stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody is exempt from stupidity. You could have a whole bunch of money and still be dumb as rocks. just stupid with the actions that you're putting out there, right? Because again, why you think you're gonna have all that money and you're gonna actively suffer everybody else? And let's just use the government's. Who is this guy chewing? It's an actual Genesis. It's an actual YouTube video. Not YouTube. It's an actual Instagram video. I just blew it up. Yeah, so he's the one that shared it on his page. Basically, I'm gonna try and blur him out with myself. Yeah. So, I'm gonna grow some size right now. Let's continue. All right.
Chipola considered stupidity as a human characteristic, like having blonde hair or black eyes.
Wow. So you could just have stupidity as a human trait, like you would have a physical trait. You know, you got big eyes or short hair or bald head like me. You know, hey, stupidity comes just like that. Ain't that so?
Chipola posits stupidity is a variable that remains constant across all populations. Every category one can imagine.
So stupidity is not biased. It doesn't matter what race you are. Yeah, we are all affected by this stupidity.
Gender, race, nationality, education level, income possesses a percentage of stupid people. There are stupid college professors. There are stupid people at Davos and at the UN General Assembly. There are stupid people in every nation on Earth.
Now, with that said, again, this is where us holding the government officials accountable is vitally necessary. And if there is any government official that is trying to put laws in place to limit their accountability, say for instance, a hate speech law, say for instance, a gag order law, where if you don't say something nice about the prime minister, it could be deemed as though, you know, you're hurting their feelings, you're making them annoyed, you're cyberbullying. Like, I just heard about a case, I think it's is it Grenada? I don't remember exactly what country in the Caribbean, but this lady's going to be locked up for several years and she got to pay $5 million because of something she said on the internet about the current leader. Not defamation, because they made the prime minister feel a certain way. We're in dark times, ladies and gentlemen. You got to pick a side. Are you standing on the side of integrity, morals, ethics, values, the truth, God, the creator, right, not wrong? Or are you going to go down a slippery slope and advocate for those things? The question is for you to answer. Let me know in the chat. And do you think going down the road of slippery slope will help you and your family, or your extended family, or the collective group? These are just some questions I would love to hear the answers to in the comment section. And that goes out to all of my die-hearted Jamaican people that are die-hearted PNP and die-hearted labor rights. I challenge you. Throw that away in the garbage. I'm not saying you should not currently support who you're supporting, but be honest about what they're doing, and you should have boundaries. See, it goes back to a live that I did some time ago when I had Sister Lester up here, and I said, what is the limit? How far does a content creator go where you say, I can't support this person anymore? What is the limit? He basically said he had no limit. He's a part of that stupid group. He's a part of that group. Arrogance. It is arrogant to not only think but act on. There's nothing this person can do for you to stop supporting them. I have a best friend that I love dearly. Let me use my mother as an example. I love my mother. She birthed me. There's things that my mother can do for me to disassociate myself with her entirely and never speak to her again. All right? There are boundaries, ladies and gentlemen. You have to set boundaries for yourself. All right? If my mother acted like some of these women that are on the internet, I would disassociate myself. I would publicly lash her. Because guess what? If I did it, she would do the same. You think I'm gonna go and do crazy things to people and harm people and the police catch me and my mom is gonna be on television? Oh, they should not lock him up. He's a good. No. My mom is going to publicly say she is not in support of that. And the law of the land, that is it. Serve the time. You do the crime, you serve the time. That's exactly what my mom is going to do. As she should. That is exactly what my dad is going to do. As he should. That's exactly what my brother is going to do. As he should. And my sister, the same as she should. If we don't do these things and hold each other accountable, and we start opening the door, a lot of these doors are already open. So it's catastrophic. The position that we're in right now. It is catastrophic. Look at Sassy looking. Yeah, my mom could never. I said this several times. Riders, how you doing? Salute. Yeah, my mom's there. My mom's lived and breathed and exhibited a certain standard that I'm used to as an example to look at a woman and be her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, real talk. Well, let's continue.
Look at all the educated fans who become blind devotees of music or movie stars, for example, suspending good judgment no matter what their beloved celebrity says or does. The star's talent and fame somehow paralyze the part of fans' brains that should foster critical thinking.
Bingo! Bingo! Look at the new wave of artists. You have to understand stupidity is just on the rise. I won't even call their names. I salute Mel W. I will not call the names of some of these artists. I won't even say their lyrics. Bro, it could never play on my device if I have the power. It couldn't happen. So again, enemies of collective success, if identified, how do you move forward? Well, my choice is to not support, promote those people. My choice is to promote a Mel W. My choice is to promote a Miss Genesis 1. My choice is to promote a Miss Akimi. My choice is to promote a Miss Yo Thoughts. My choice is to promote a Miss 504. My choice is to promote a OT Speaks. My choice is to promote a Biz 101. My choice is to salute those brothers and sisters and say to my audience, hey, go check them out. My choice is to promote a Hot Off the Press, a Talk Your Mind TV, a Wayne Lonesome, a Rattigan, Make We Talk TV, Sulfur. And shout out to the young man Sulfur. He's not in jail. You heard me talk about the YouTuber. He's not in jail. He came out with a video He said he had no electricity, so he could not, stop the video from actually premiering. He's in an active court case, and it's very, very serious. And he possibly could face 15 years in prison. And allegedly it's over some board gun. Jamaica is a wild place. So there's an actual law, allegedly, that if you're caught with a board gun, because I asked a police officer this. When I saw it on my phone and I was listening to it while on the road, there was a police officer, right? I said, officer, is there a law about having a board gun where he said, yeah, you could face prison time, serious prison time, just for a board gun, ladies and gentlemen. So the young man said that he was doing a skit, and he had a board gun in the skit, and he was going home, and police said, that's it. He's in court. He's in court, ladies and gentlemen. Wild, but I digress. Let's continue.
Similarly, many people automatically assume business leaders must make good choices just because they became wealthy. Yet history shows seeking profits need have nothing to do with wisdom in other domains. Such leaders gain followings of people who leave their own judgment aside. Sepola's third law of stupidity is, a stupid person is a person who causes losses to another person, or to a group of persons, while himself deriving no gain and even possibly incurring losses.
Damn, so, hey, how you doing, Ryan Campbell? Wagwan? What the hell going on here? Okay, my buttons is freezing up. Anyway, so a stupid person is a person who causes losses to other persons or a group of persons while himself deriving no gain, even possibly incurring losses. Now, this is a special type of stupid. So you mean to tell me you're active, and the people in the SVS sector is definitely one of these. So they are actively trying to tear down not only KB, but the people that support KB that have channels. And they are actively gaining nothing. Nothing. That's a special type of stupid. Yep. That's crazy.
What Sepola means here is that people or entities that behave stupidly inevitably cause harm, trouble, or negative outcomes for others around them, even when they gain nothing from their stupid actions themselves and may in fact make their own situation worse. For example, destructive authoritarian governments through history that pursued brutal, corrupt policies at the expense of their own citizens. Such regimes caused tremendous financial losses and suffering for millions of people, while the ruling class hoarded power and wealth only for themselves. Most authoritarian leaders ultimately damaged their own nations as well, once popular discontent and economic decline reached tipping points. Their unjustified cruelty brought harm all around, despite promising prosperity if people trusted them as saviors. Sepola's fourth law of stupidity. Non-stupid people always underestimate the damaging power of stupid individuals. In particular, non-stupid people constantly forget that at all times and places and under any circumstances to deal and or associate with stupid people always turns out to be a costly mistake.
Yo, this one right here kind of hit different. So non-stupid people, which is the intelligent one, underestimate the damaging power of stupid individuals. A good example of that is somebody that's crashing out, somebody that says, they're gonna do harm to this person, and you go, somebody in the group, man, you listen to him, man, that boy's soft, man. No, the hell he ain't. Pause. No Diddy, no Drake. No, I'm taking that seriously. You said you're gonna do what? I'm taking that seriously. I'm going to file a report. I'm going to police. I'm doing all that. I'm going to take steps to protect myself and my family. Hell to the no. If you out here just actively saying stupid stuff, I'm going to believe you stupid for real enough to try that stupid shit. So guess what? I'm going to protect myself and my family. I ain't going to be like, oh, that's nothing. That is a mistake. That's exactly what this is saying. Underestimate the damaging power of stupid individuals in particularly non-stupid people constantly forget that all times and places and under any circumstance to deal or associate with stupid people always turns out to be costly mistake. So yeah, I'm not gonna be dealings with stupid people. I am not gonna take stupid people lightly. None of that. None of that. Let's get through.
Here, Chipola emphasizes how people behaving sensibly downplay or dismiss the influence and impact stupid people can have by making terrible decisions others then enable or follow. We expect societies to course correct against irrational beliefs gaining ground, but as countless historical cases show, it takes very few people in power doing or enabling stupid things for far-reaching harm to be unleashed.
Very few people it takes that are in power. Very few people. That is not a lie. There's a few people in power that are stupid that run this world, that are in power in different places around the world, and they're affecting the masses. They are enemies of collective progress. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care wherever you are in the world, you need to identify these mother effers and stop supporting these mother effers. You need to also identify the ones that is going to push collective progress and actively, do things to enhance collective progress. Again, you say there's two devils that's running for power in the United States, according to y'all. If you have that mindset, do you know that R.F. Kennedy is also a candidate independent? I'm just saying, look at all your options, seriously.
Costing lives, destroying wealth, and collapsing systems, and non-stupid people perpetuate the problems by giving stupidity the benefit of doubt rather than confronting the risks it poses when left unchecked. Dictators have triggered widespread wars and violence by whipping up the stupid tendencies in human nature that rational people thought would be restrained by others. Cipola's fifth law of stupidity is, a stupid person is more dangerous than a pillager. In this law, Cipolla argues that individuals behaving stupidly pose far greater risks than those he categorized as bandits, meaning people acting out of self-interest at the expense of others.
So somebody that purposefully act out of self-interest, right, while tearing down others is less dangerous than a stupid person. Damn, that's crazy. Wow. Sheesh.
While bandits seek to maximize their own benefits regardless of harm, they generally don't seek to inflict damage for its own sake, if there is no personal gain. On the other hand, stupid individuals can generate utterly pointless harm and destruction through their foolish choices.
I like this artwork. This is a heart right here. With a sword. God damn, that's tough.
Choices and beliefs, even without benefiting themselves, and without regard for collateral damage. Destructive social movements often arise and gain ground because enough stupid people buy into irrational ideologies that scapegoat or dehumanize vulnerable groups. Within such movements, say a government or violent mob, bandits certainly exploit others' stupidity for personal gain when given the chance. However, it takes a far greater number of true stupid followers to enable harm and suffering on vast scales over time.
Shout out to Ann in the building. Oh, God damn, what's that? Shout out to Ann in the building. What's going on, Ann?
As Cipolla concludes, because stupid people inflict severe damage that is utterly unjustified and helps no one. While undermining their own self-interest, they pose exponentially higher risks than those merely acting out of selfishness. Even bandits depend on moderating their greed to avoid total ruin. But stupidity has no such self-regulation.
So stupidity basically causes chaos. And a bandit doesn't necessarily want chaos because it could affect his bottom line, which is the moolah, baby. Alright? So basically what I'm reading from this is a bandit, which is, what they describe as a selfish person for personal gain, has limitations where chaos is concerned. Period. All right? All chaos does not serve a bandit. A stupid person, however, has no filter. They don't care. They're just moving irrationally, and it's like a storm, goddammit. It's just coming and tearing up everything. I mean, does the storm benefit from destroying everything? Nope. But these stupid people are like that storm. They don't have a care in the world about that. Even if they destroy them goddamn selves.
This makes unchecked stupidity the most dangerous societal threat. In short, Carlo Cipolla aimed to explain why acts of stupidity that harm others keep happening throughout history. His 5 laws remind us that stupid thinking is more common than smart people like to admit. When waves of foolish beliefs grip societies, damage often spreads before rational folks realize what's happening. We see this again and again when crowds blindly follow leaders lacking wisdom or compassion. Nazi Germany stands out as one such horrific case among many. Yet Cipolla argues that since people who think sensibly will always outnumber those acting stupidly, we can limit the damage if we remain vigilant. Staying alert to humanity's tendency towards foolish acts before they spiral is key.
Prevention. That is what it goes down to. You're doing great. Hope you are too. I am well. Listen, man. Since the light came back on, I'm telling you right now. That sigh should tell you everything. Yes, Lord. I sleep better.
When enough sensible people speak reason early on, stupid beliefs gain less traction with the wider public over time. So, while Cipolla's laws are gloomy about levels of stupidity lurking among all populations, he says rational people have strength in numbers to reduce its harmful influence on society.
You know, one of the ways we could have a checks and balance on stupidity is to have constructive conversations. Whether for or against, it doesn't matter. Bring in, they had debates. Debates are always good where you bring all the facts and everything and then it's not just about the debates and what comes after the debate. The people that listen to it need to do their own research if they have no knowledge of what they're talking about and the references. They need to go and examine those references. So this person is gonna encourage at least an effort to be right about what you're talking about, which is the first step. If you come and then you're doing it on a platform for people to see who, I know that we live in a time where mainstream media has no shame to the point where they will come up and they will lie. They will repeat the same lie over and over again and give you that misinformation. Look at the pandemic. A lot of misinformation came from the mainstream media. We had a prime minister here in Jamaica tell us that the vaccine was made by God. And nothing is wrong with it. Several years later, you see what happened in Canada. You see what they're saying in Florida. Everybody was a kook for not wanting to take it. They were evil. They were all of this. That was a great example of collective stupidity. That was a great example of collectively not using a third eye, collectively not thinking at all, to good, solid reasoning. So we're going to be in trouble if we don't really put a lid on stupidity and keep stupidity in check. It is going to be a devastating effect if we do not do that. Trust and believe.
We must simply never underestimate or dismiss its abundance and appeal. In this way, accepting the persistence of stupid thinking makes containing it more possible. And that is the optimistic lesson in Sapola's warning. Like and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Have you ever encountered...
Now, I could give y'all a link, you know what I'm saying, for, I don't know if anybody want to come up and share their thoughts on what the hell I'm talking about, if it makes sense to them or not. But for me, you know, my people here in Jamaica, man, I really need you guys to get off the train of stupidity, please. Just leave that train alone. All right, just leave it alone. It has not served us. The country is not in a better place than it was 25 years ago. For the most part, home ownership has not increased. People that are in honorable job positions, you know, they're not seeing the benefits that they really should be seeing, unfortunately. Right? They're not seeing it. They just not seeing it. And you see my thumbnail. I am trying my best not to really lead this conversation with emotion, because I don't want too much of the logic and the common sense behind it to be lost. You know what I'm saying? But I do care about other people in this country because it serves me to care. It's intelligent. If the collective is in a bad space, it's going to be hard to move around. It's going to be hard to do business. It's just going to be hard to live, period. Because there's too much people that are, one, stupid, and then creating these conditions where the stupidity continues, because the people that you have in power, or you put in power, are not empowering you and the collective. See, if I see a government pull up and they doing things, and I see, oh, damn, St. Thomas had these problems, but look at St. Thomas now, right? They worked on St. Thomas. The roads is better. The drains are better. So they now find a formula that works for progress. I'm not going to be complaining that, oh, so it's only St. Thomas alone you're dealing with. No. Now you got the blueprint. So when you move on from St. Thomas, you go to the next parish that is in a terrible shape, and you do the same thing. You go to another parish, you do the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, sooner or later, everybody gonna be good. Everybody is going to be fine, but it needs to start somewhere. And I wanna challenge you, anybody that comes across this non-Jamaican people. Can you identify that process happened anytime in the last 8 to 12 years? Even 20, 25 years? Can you identify a process like that? Where, okay, shoot, they figured this out and this is working. This works to solve this problem that has been plaguing us. Now we can use that which works to solve the problem all over the island or in other places, you know. So you start from the most affected and then carry on. There is, I gotta be careful how I frame this. There's allegedly a set of people that don't want things to change in Jamaica. There's allegedly a group of people that don't want things to change in the world. And those people are bandits. Because as presently constructed, it serves their interest. This is why we need to eliminate the stupid people, because they're the ones, and when I say eliminate them, I mean eliminate stupidity. This is why we need to eliminate stupidity, not the people themselves. The stupidity is what we need to eliminate, right? Because if left unchecked, we're going to have more of the same or worse. All right? So ask yourself, these are my thoughts on how we should move forward when we identify these stupid people or these acts of stupidity in your community, your homes, your country, globally. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of stupid people that are in office. A lot. And I want to I have to say this before I say the next part. I am not a comrade. I am not a laborite. I am a Jamaican. I'm a man. I'm a human being. I am a creation of the universe. I am all those things. Politically, I am an independent mind. So I am going to examine all options to see what is the best option for us moving forward. And I would encourage y'all to do the same. And you notice I said us, because my mindset has always been about the us and not the me. At the end of the day, I have a personal responsibility as a human being on this planet and in this country. Again, let me play the first video, the first audio that I played. Let me play this so you see what I mean. Listen.
If you really knew the things that I hate and the people that I hate is the people that black people love the most. Can I say it?
Say it.
I don't like preachers and politicians. There's a few preachers that I like and I think they're cool. But think about this. We got the form of Christianity that we have in America right now from the people that hated us the most. They didn't want you on earth. Why would they give you the key to heaven? They didn't want your black ass right here. Why would they take you wherever they at? That's a fucking lie. And have white people ever acted like Jesus? They never were acted like Jesus. Where was all that shit when we were slaves? Where all that shit when they beating your motherfucking ass? Shit, I think it's just as bad if you a cop or you a preacher as it is being a fucking gang member. They tell black people you're going to hell forever, ever. There ain't no fucking hell. Like, God know exactly the situations that we're in. We have lessons to learn, but even the fact that we think there's a devil. If you think God is omnipotent, duality is a fucking lie. If God created the devil, why would you even speak of the devil, even if the devil fucking existed? See, the reason why they give you the devil is because you'll never admit that you the fucking devil. So if you blame it on an outside entity, something outside of yourself, then you would never fix you. When I fixed me, my life changed. It wasn't no fucking devil. It ain't these crackers. It ain't none of that shit. It's me. I'm the problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, your stupidity within you is the devil. All right? The devil is that stupidity in you that you actively activate on a day-to-day basis. That directs your actions and your thought process. It's you. You're the solution and the problem all at the same time. It's time to look within. I've always had the opinion that God, the creator, whatever you want to call this entity, the creator of the universe, gave us all the tools that we needed to make things shake and move. Like Miss Your Thoughts, I make it something shake and make it something move. Shout out to Miss Your Thoughts. The Creator gave us all the tools we need to make things shake and move. Therefore, the answers are within. It's not outside of us. We could either make a heaven of this experience or a hell of it. Sometimes I find myself in moments, in life, and I go, man, I'm just so appreciative of the moment. I'm like, why would anybody want to mess this up? Why would anybody want to actively mess up peace? Just peace. You know how many situations I've been in where I've seen just chaos and people just arguing? I'm like, man, do you know how blessed we are right now? But this is what y'all arguing about? This is what we doing. And don't get me wrong. I could debate. I could be in a heated back and forth about a topic, and it'll never go to nothing physical or even attempt to go to nothing like that. On my end, I can control me. I could argue with you verbally and it would not lead to blows. Now, if I identify levels of disrespect, I know I can't argue with you no more. Because now you're really trying to get things into a chaotic level. Thank you, said that is so true. Right? Shout out to Ann. So you really gotta think about stuff like that. We are blessed, ladies and gentlemen. We need to be a little bit more vigilant. Here in Jamaica, there's too many children that are going missing, and those cases are unsolved. Too many on the books. What are you gonna do? You don't care. You're not concerned. You're not bringing it up as a topic to the government, to challenge them to do more and put more resources into it. Are you waiting on, unfortunately, the possibility of it happening to you, your niece, your nephew, your grandchild, your child, your sibling, your brother, is that what you're waiting on before you actually care? Again, the first part of this video right here.
Someone who staunchly defends a politician, leader, or public figure, regardless of the controversial statements they make. I'm sure we've all seen those devotees who passionately praise their chosen idol despite obvious flaws in logic and judgment. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been baffled by why an otherwise intelligent friend blindly follows a pundit who routinely argues against common interest? Or why someone excuses a wealthy businessman's callous policies by pointing to their financial success as proof of profound wisdom? If you've had frustrating experiences with seemingly intelligent yet stubborn devotees of irrational leaders or policies, then you'll likely relate to Carlo Cipola's famous writings on human behavior. Cipolla was an economic historian and professor who formally studied and classified various types of foolish thinking, teaching at the University of California, Berkeley. In the 1970s, Cipolla became fascinated by patterns of stupidity and unintelligent decision-making across societies throughout history. While we often think of stupidity as simply a lack of knowledge or intelligence, Cipolla argued it has fundamental laws and predictable root causes independent of other traits. His satirical yet insightful treatise proposes that human stupidity follows distinct mathematical patterns, governing choices that go against common sense and self-interest. As the basis for his theory, Cipolla categorized people into 4 behavioral groups. The intelligent, those who benefit both themselves and others. The bandits, those who benefit only themselves by harming others. The unfortunate, those who cause harm while trying to help others. The stupid, those who harm both themselves and others.
Got it? That right there. That right there is everything. That right there is everything. Ladies and gentlemen, let me put that picture up right now. Make that on me out. Yo, that shout out to Nacho. Said make that meow. Yo, whose man's is this? Oh, here we are. Here we are. Yes, there we are. There we are. There we are. Mhm. Hope y'all can see that well. Well, there it is. So, the 4 behavioral groups: the intelligent, those who benefit both themselves and others. What group are you in, ladies and gentlemen? What group are you in? That's what the first thing you got to identify, the group that you're in. If you're not in the intelligent group, you're a part of the problem. All right? The bandits, the one who benefit only themselves by harming others. The unfortunate, those who cause harm while trying to help others. Poor things. Poor things. The stupid, those who harm both themselves and others. We clearly know who is the worst of all of this. Is the stupid. They are the worst of the worst in the category of stupidity, or the 4 behavioral groups. All right? So you got to first identify where you are. And also the people around you. You got to identify where they are. Because they're going to tell on themselves. You're going to see signs. You're going to see signs. And you could put that on YouTube too. I mean, if I was to just look at KB, shit. Obviously, he's in the intelligent group. His whole wave and how he came on YouTube, you know, advertising other people's products. They always talk about, you know, the black community and supporting it. And, I mean, goddamn, he wasn't just supporting the black community. He was supporting the community. Everybody, whether you're black, white, whatever. You could use his videos, and guess who didn't like that? YouTube. Because they had to cut too much checks, baby. Who else is doing that? A lot of these content creators don't care. They don't care about nothing but themselves and their situation. They are bandits. They will harm you to help themselves. Right? And some of them, too much of them is in the stupid group. And there's not a lot in the unfortunate group. But too little. There needs to be much more in the intelligent group. That's all I'm saying. And the ones that are intelligent, it's time for us to be proactive. Facts. And being around the stupid too much can cause you to become stupid. Yo, what?
That is funny, honey.
Yo.
That's funny.
And you was something else.
Oh my God, that is funny.
Now, I was wondering, I ain't got much else to say. Nobody want to hit the panel. I was wondering if, you know, any y'all wanted me to do, you know, play some music. I could start another stream right now, and we could play some music, you know, do some $5 song requests. As a matter of fact, I could just play some music, and whoever want to support, period. You know what I'm saying? So I think I might do that. I feel like I could give y'all an hour and a half. I'm pretty much done with this conversation right here. And I really want to see the engagements in the chat for those that come across the video. And let me know what y'all think, man. These die-hearted folks, whatever they die-hearted for, misplaced loyalty. Your loyalty should be to the collective. You know what I'm saying? That's where your loyalty should be. What's going on here? So I'm going to take a breather and I'm going to be back at not on the hour, but 50 minutes past the hour. That is going to be 4:15 for some people. And obviously for the Jamaicans, it's going to be 3:15 because we're an hour behind. So I want to thank y'all for your time and for listening. Shout out to my brother Stated Average. He came through with the donation. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you. All right. Big salute. Thanks to Ann, Miss Genesis, Miss Chicago, Ryan Campbell, Mel W. Riders, Music Sassy 81, Miss Collins. Salute to each and every one of y'all, man. Yeah, I feel like playing some music and having some fun. Shit, I owe y'all that. I haven't, well, the storm came, Yeah, I feel like having some fun. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna set it up. See y'all in like 20 minutes. Yeah, see y'all in 20 minutes. All right, peace.